G'day guys, welcome to another week. It was lovely to see you. Lovely to see you all up there at Tocal. Beautiful weekend, lots of people, lots of great stuff, lots of fun. Today, lots of good food. Gala apples, they're our special for the week in a fruit. As you can see, beautiful size for the kiddies, and they're mega crunchy and sweet and delicious. And normally $8.99 a kilo. It was this week $5.99. Also in apples, Fuji apples, which we special a couple of weeks ago. They're eating brilliantly. Now these apples have between 8 and 11% sugar by weight. It means they're one of the sweetest apples. Further to what I was telling you a couple of weeks ago with regards to that opaqueness in the middle. When I initially saw that a few years ago, I thought perhaps they'd been frozen and had started to bust their cell structure in the middle, but that's actually a concentration of sugars. Once you get into the center of these little beauties, they're so sweet and they're so crunchy and they're just absolutely divine. So I think they're at their peak, flashing stars all round. Forest Orchard Golden Bells, also a wonderful little size there. Pink Ladies, a little bit bigger, but now coming from Forest Orchard as well. And then we've got a mixture of second grade Granny Smiths coming from Forest Orchard. So there's a mixture of sizes, but the quality in all of them is very good. 5 or 6 weeks ago we spoke about custard apples. Now the first of the season was the African Prides. We're now into the Pink Mammoths. These are a bigger custard apple, and they're actually the sweetest of them. These pieces here are nice and firm, so I would expect you to be eating these, if you leave them out of the fridge somewhere towards the end of the week. So as I say, they're a bit fleshier, a bit sweeter, a bit juicier than the African Prides. Plums really coming to the end of the season. I think we've probably gone a little bit long with them. I would only get them if you really want plums. Be fine for a bit of stewing and that kind of stuff, but time to move on, I think. The Crimson Seedless, we've got plenty of those this week. The quality of those has been superb. Still eating really, really nice, lovely and sweet. Calmira is starting to finish up. We've got limited supply this week. Now we've never sold so many nannies as we did last week. Obviously a very good price, and loads of you took advantage of that. This week they're at their normal price, which is still very reasonable, $3.99 a kilo, and they're a nice size and every bit as good as what we had last week. Describe avos as sort of a medium to large size. This week sees the first of the pomelos. That there is a pomelo, similar to a grapefruit, sometimes called Chinese grapefruit. It's an old variety. It's been around, well, dates back to 100 BC. You can see inside it's got quite a large cell structure, and not that dissimilar to a ruby grapefruit really. In terms of eating, interesting, just like a big orange but not quite as juicy. Man, these are small to medium pieces. They're starting to sweeten up a little bit, but the price really hasn't dropped at this point. Lemons are magnificent. New season navels, which are probably around about 70–75% of their potential in terms of pleasure. So still a little way to go. Big grapefruit are fantastic. Apart from apples and bananas and the Crimson Seedless grapes, the other real standout for fruit is the pears, the Williams pears. Still eating really, really, really nicely. Though not a fruit, it is technically a vegetable. You will find it listed under fruit. Some beautiful rhubarb, very limited supply, coming from Pinehaven Organics down at Buchanan. It's well known for its medicinal qualities. It's really high in vitamin C and iron. Aids your digestive system and also helps to invigorate your blood. So it's a very nutritious dessert. Loads of fantastic vegetables. The first thing I'd like to show you is the special for the week. Cauliflowers. These are biodynamically grown, Demeter certified, by our preferred grower, which is our Mount Whitestone. The quality is brilliant. So we're not putting rubbish on special. We're putting really first class stuff on special for you. The flavour in this cauliflower is just delightful. They're really, really lovely just to cut up into small little pieces and eat raw. Eat with some hummus or some other things like that. Some carrot sticks. You'll really, really enjoy them. So $3.95 this week. We've got some lovely round beans. We've also got some lovely flat beans this week. Loads of Brussels sprouts this week. excellent supply of green capsicum. That's about an average size piece. Plenty of zooks. You can see just the ideal size. Beetroots bunched or in bulbs. Some beautiful fresh silver beet, massive bunches this week. Parsnip are lovely little pieces. You'll soon see a beautiful little recipe in our next newsletter. If I was going to eat tomatoes this week, I'd go to Romas. Why? Just beautiful ripe little pieces. So loads of flavour. The rounds, nice and firm, but still just a few days away from eating. And when they come in just that little bit green, they don't ever quite develop the flavour that you'll get here with these beautiful Romas. Magnificent button mushrooms. Good supply of ginger. Apologies for not fulfilling orders towards the end of last week. We were expecting a box straight down from Budrum, but didn't arrive in time. But it is here now. Pumpkins are superb. We've got the Queensland Blues here, all locally grown. We've got some Jap, beautiful butternuts. The colour's great. Nice time to be baking and making your soups. Supply of brown onions, and they're actually really well priced, $3.99 a kilo. That's a fair bit of onion for your dollar. In terms of potatoes, I'd be eating Nicola or the Dutch creams. Occasionally you'll see listed on our website late season potato. What we're referring to there is you'll see a little bit of sprouting activity. They're not very long out of the ground, but they just, as is their wont, they want to come to life. And of course, being organic, they're not chemically treated to inhibit that sprouting activity, so it's just a natural part of reproduction. We often sell those, as I say, as late season, and generally at cheaper prices, but they're still firm and good eating. Yeah, very limited availability this week on the strawberries. Broccoli is fantastic, nice, beautiful sized pieces, nice and firm. Some sugar snap peas in. I love these little guys. You just eat them whole. Throw them into stir fries and salads. Not that dissimilar to the snow pea, but probably a little bit sweeter. Great supply of carrots, also very well priced. Yummy, yummy. They've relocated the big pineapple to OrganicFeast. They're monsters this week. No doubt that will be reflected in the price. Now our beautiful Jerusalem artichokes are coming in this way. Basically it helps to keep them nice and fresh. So it's like they're just fresh dug out of the ground. Obviously you'll have to give these a bit of a wash and a scrub when you get them home. But come on people, they're wonderful. Try them. Eggplant, large and shiny. And the cabbages are really delightful. They've got beautiful firm hearts and are a nice size. Same with the red cabbages. Leeks. Gold sweet potato is also nice and clean and beautiful sized pieces as well. Beautiful little yellow button squash. Celery bunches are large, again halves and quarters are the best way to go. The iceberg lettuce to me are the standout this week. Lovely large hearts, nice and fresh. Now there's a good range of chicken. We've got all our cuts available. Whole birds, drumsticks, thigh fillets, wings. Also all our cuts of beef are available as well. So you get your eye fillet, your scotch fillet, sausages, your mince, all those wonderful things are available this week. Unless she buys it all. And that's all. I'll see you next time. Bye.